Hey Fixer, Sophie at the Fix Studio. Today I've got a little workout for you, great for my cyclist friend and my runner friends, or anyone that I always hear say, what is the best exercise to get my glutes fired up? Well, it's more complicated than that, so let's go through a whole routine of making sure we get all that musculature fired up. As you know, I'm always here to make sure you move better so you can perform better and always be adventure ready. So as always, gives us some thumbs up if you like our exercise video. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's more exercise, or some of these exercises we might be doing today, you might find a little bit more detail. So go ahead and go subscribe. So let's jump right into it. So what are we going to need today? We are definitely going to need a weight. We're going to need a lacrosse ball or any type of ball for self-massage, or a foam roller if you do not have any ball. And not that you need it, but always as an option, you can always use one of these little elastic bands as well. So that's about all we're going to need. We're going to go through, as always, a little warm-up, kind of little prep routine. Always good to do before your run or your bike also. And then we're going to go through kind of a core, little kind of understanding what does that mean, working our hips, and then standing up so we can go and work it a little bit more. We're going to get started with our mobility. As I said, I will go with a lacrosse ball, but you can use a foam roller or any other type of massage ball. So we are going to go roughly 30 seconds here. I'm going to sit on the ball and just work these little hot spot I may find. On your own, you can always go and do it a little longer. Hold it, you could do it a minute, up to a minute. You can always do a little bit more. Just finding those little areas and just working it. Good. You might find some little areas, I am. So I'm going to work it here. Good. So time's up. As I said, go longer if you would like. I'm going to just go here and switch. We're going to go, as I said, 30 seconds for this purpose here of the video. So I'm going to go with the left leg now, working it. The next one, you may want to use a weight if you want, or not absolutely needed. So, but here we'll keep going though. Down toning those glutes, working it here. You don't want it to be painful. You want it just slight little discomfort. Good. So a few more seconds here. There we go. As I said, we're going to go do with the next one. You could use a weight, kettlebell, dumbbell if you want, or you could also just lay on your stomach on the ball. We have those hip bone here, those prominence. This is where we're going to put the ball slightly in, and then, like I said, you can go and lay on it or use a weight. So I'm on my back here. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to find my hip bone, grab the weight, put the weight over the ball. This one is a little bit big, but that's okay. It's going to work. And I can kind of just work using the weight and kind of move the ball a little bit around. As I said, if you prefer, you could also go on your stomach and do the same work. You might find some little hot spot here. We're working that deep psoas here, iliacus, hip flexor basically. So there we go. You could definitely spend a little more time here on your own. Keep that in your toolbox, as we say. It's always a good way to work it here. So we're going to go with the opposite side now. There might be some areas a little hotter. Just be mindful and careful. Don't over dig in there. Good breath as well. Keep moving. So we're going to go a few more seconds, and then we're going to go open up the hip. And by open up, just good stretch of the hip. Great. We can put the weight to the side, or if you were laying on your stomach, just put the ball away. We don't need it anymore. We are going to go open. So to have a good glute engagement, we want to make sure that we're able to get in that neutral pelvis, get some hip extension. This is what we're going to work. So we're going to go in an ultimate hip stretch. I'm going to start with the left leg in front, put both my hands inside, extend the back leg. I'm going to bring my elbow kind of lean or lay towards the floor, come back, get my hamstring down, opening up the hip, back, get my hamstring down and back. Trying to keep a good tall spine. Go as far as you can. Let's go for 10 reps. I've done about 5, so I'm going to keep going. Good. Opening. Good neutral pelvis here. I'll go 2 more. Fantastic. Great. We're going to switch. Same thing. We're going to go 10 on this side, sorry. And now I'm going to bring the right leg. Hands are next to my right foot. Extend the back leg. Bring my elbow kind of towards the floor. Back. Come back. Elbow down. Opening up the hip and back. Excellent. Let's go 10 again. Great. Keep going. Good. I have 2 more. Taking your time here. Great. Fantastic. Now we open the front. Got a good mobility in the posterior chain. Let's go and finish in my dynamic pigeon pose, as I like to call it. So I'm going to go quadruped. I'm going to start with the left leg, the leg that is closer to the wall here. I'm going to extend the left leg, cross over, sit back towards my hip, back to center. Extend, cross over, up. Let's go for 10. Should feel that in the hip. Good. Five more. Good. Excellent. A few more. Hopefully you're getting good stretch here. One more. Good. I'm going to switch. Here we go. Opposite. I'm going to go. There we go. 10. Good. Keep going. We're going to go 5 more. Should feel that all around the hip. Good glute stretch. 2 more. Then we're going to get going with our movement prep. Excellent. Good. Perfect. So what we want to do is make sure for all these exercises, if you want, you can use a band. I'm not going to use the band, but I'll explain. We want to make sure we keep a good stack pelvis or fixed pelvis, ribs down, and we're going to learn to move the femur and without dragging the pelvis. So first exercise, we're going to go in the frog bridge. We're going to get on our back. You could put the band, mini band around your knees. I'm going to feet together, knees to the side, engage your cylinder, and now we're gonna go up for bridges. Up and down. Nice and stable around the hips. Neutral pelvis. I don't overarch. As I said, I could always have a little band around my knees. So for all these exercises, we're roughly going to go 40 seconds, and we'll have a 15-second little rest. Keep going. A few more. Let's go for one more. Great. So now we're going to go normal bridge, meaning feet are normal, the width of my hips, not together as we just did. So we're going to go engage here, lift, I'm not overarching, and I'm going to go 10, only the left leg moving. So my left knee is moving to the side. I go as far as I can without having the hip drop. If I feel like I'm starting to drop, I went a little too far. So move, come back. So I'm keeping my pelvis fixed while my femur is moving, making sure I keep the lumbar area neutral, don't overarch. You should feel that in the musculature of the hip. Keep going. I'm going to go a few more, then we're going to go back down. There we go. So time's up. We reset here. Make sure still engage. When we're ready, we're going to go back up. Now we're going to go with the right leg. Here we go. Up. Keep that stable. Fixed pelvis. Now I'm going to move the right knee out. As you can see, nothing changed in my hip here. Now letting it drop. I should feel that all around the hip musculature. I'm learning to move my femur and its joint, as we call it, dissociating here from the hip. Keep going, keep nice and engaged, fixed pelvis. We got this. Definitely if you had your band here, you probably would feel it even more, but this is a perfectly fine exercise as is. Time's up, bring it down. Now we're gonna go progression of this. We are gonna go on our side. I'm gonna go side planking here. I'm gonna get ready, elbow right under my shoulder, proud chest. I'm gonna lift, and now I'm gonna do the same as we just did. Move the knee and back, but making sure my lower back is staying stable. It's not coming from the back. It's coming all from the musculature around the hip. As you can see, my pelvis is tucked, fixed pelvis. I'm not kind of moving, so all of it is staying stable. It's just the femur working. We're gonna do 40-second here. If at any point shoulders fatiguing or you're losing your form, just bring it down. Reset. 5 more seconds here. Great. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go on the right side. Elbow right under my shoulder, knee bent. I'm gonna push off the floor, proud chest. Get ready, here we go. I can always put my hand on my lower back, making sure that this musculature around the lower back is staying nice and relaxed. It's all coming from my hip. I'm gonna go 40-second, taking our time, good form. Good, keep it up. Pelvis tucked, hip square, less than 10 here. Keep the pushing away from the floor or proud chest. And time's up. Now we're gonna grab that ball that we had earlier, or it could be a roll towel if you prefer. I'm gonna go in a quadruped position. As you can see, putting my ball in between, behind my knee, I'm gonna go in a good quadruped position, but on my elbows. I'm gonna lift and back. Lift, back. Nothing changed in my spine here. I'm not arching the back, keeping a good long spine. I'm also not weight shifting. So make sure you're staying centered here. So keep going. roughly 40 seconds. I'm also not letting my head, my chest fall in between my arms. Keep going. One more. Great. Let's switch. So we're going to put now the ball behind the opposite knee. We're going to get ourselves again in that same position. If that's easier, start in that quadruped, find your middle or mid neutral position. Get ready here. Up. So really staying centered here. Oh, we're opening up the hip here. We're doing a little extension, but keeping the pelvis fixed. Good. Keep going. So these were 4 exercises that we will repeat one more time. You can always go ahead and do a few more rounds if you would like. Keep pushing away from the floor here. Keep good form. Time's up. So back on our back here, we're going to put the ball away. We're going to go back to that frog bridge, meaning feet are going to be together. I'm going to find my neutral pelvis here. Here we go, feet together, knees out, bridge, back down. Bridge, lifting up using the legs musculature, not the lower back. Let's go for 40 seconds again here. Keep going. Got a few more seconds here. Should start feeling that on musculature around the hip. As I mentioned the first round, you could also put a little mini band around your knees if you would like. Time's up. Now, feet neutral, or the width of your hip or shoulder. I'm going to find our neutral pelvis here, fixed pelvis. Then when we're ready, bridge up. Keep your hands on your hip bone if you want to give you some guidance. We're going to move the left knee out, making sure that left hip does not drop below than the right. So this stays level. Let's go for 40 seconds here. You just go as far as you're in control. Should feel that in glute, leg musculature here, hip musculature. Keep it up. We've got a few more. Good. Keep it up. At any point, if you need to bring it down, bring it down. One more. Great. Now time's up, so we'll bring it down. Reset. Make sure we're still in this neutral pelvis here. Get ready. We're going to bring it back up again, making sure we're not overarching the back as we lift. There we go. Bridge. Now we're going with the opposite or right leg, depending if you started with the left. So moving out as far as you are in control. Probably starting to feel those glutes. They're doing their job. Again, not feeling in the lower back. If you're starting to feel it in the lower back, maybe those glutes that you really want to work are not working. Keep your neutral pelvis here. Keep going. A few more. 1 and 2. Bring it down. Remember, progression. Side plank on our knees to start. Elbow right under the shoulder. We're going to want a good tall spine, good proud chest. Here we go. We're going to lift, pushing away from the floor. Good long neck. And now we're just going to lift the knee, making sure it's not coming from the lower back. My pelvis is tucked or fixed. I move the hip only as far as I'm in control. Same here, 40 seconds. Good. Keep going, keep that fired up or fixed. One more. Time's up. We'll switch. Position yourself always in a good take your time to really position correctly. Tuck the pelvis, elbow right under. I'm gonna push away from the floor, good tall spine. Bring the hip up. Or the hips, the knee up. Keeping the hip, pelvis fixed. So I'm not kind of going up and down. My hips are not dropping. I'm in long spine. All the work is coming from around the hip, the musculature around the hip and not, again, the low back. Just move as far as you're in control, as always. Good. Oh, we've got one more here. Oh, and one more. Good. Fantastic. Quadruped here. So this is where we need, again, the ball or a little roll towel as well. Could work. I'm going to go into quadruped, put the ball behind my knee. I'm going to get down on my elbows, focusing on good tall spine here. Here we go. Lifting or extending the leg here. I'm not going too far that I'm kind of making a banana on my lower back. I'm just staying stable. I'm trying to stay also centered so I'm not weight shifting here. Good. Pushing away from the floor, also not kind of falling down there, keeping good proud chest. Good. One more. Excellent. Great. Gonna go opposite here. Putting it behind the knee. As always, I like to say, start in a quadruped, find this position, then go down on your elbow, get ready. We'll do the same. Extend, back. Extend. Keeping the chin tuck as well. Don't let the head fall. Good. Keep going. This is the last one on the floor, and then we're going to stand up. One more. Time's up. We do not need this ball anymore. Now we're going to need a weight, kettlebell, dumbbell, and we're going to work as you want your hips. So I'm going to explain from the side, but then I will be putting my foot on the wall. So you will need a wall. It could be anything, maybe a couch, put your foot. So we're going to go do deadlifting. As always, when we deadlift, we're going to want the weight always going back next to our feet and not in front. We're going to be staggered feet. So my feet now are equally next to each other. Going to be staggered. And this heel is going to be pushing in the wall. So I'm going to make sure there's weight still in the front leg, but this one is also pushing in the wall as I do my deadlift. So kind of a focus on the hips as we want. I'm going to face you guys. You won't see my foot, but I'm going to start with the right foot basically against the wall. Find a little place for you to push or have your heel back. And then make sure you push that heel in the wall, but also keep the weight in the front. So here we go. Grab the weight, up. Shoulder pack. Push, up. Push the hips towards the wall, back up. Remember that back leg is also, that heel is pushing in the wall, while the front foot, you're also pushing in the floor. Good. Solid foot in the front, making sure your foot is straight. Keep going. I'm going to go for 40-second total. We have a few more. One more. Time's up. Bring the weight down, switch feet. Now it's my left foot heel pushing against the wall. Mostly my right foot is going to get the weight, but there's still some pushing in the heel there. Here we go. And the back leg. Hinge, back up. Hinge, back up. As I hinge, remember, just like in the bridge, I don't want to arch my back as I stand up. All the work comes from my legs. Good. Keeping that nice and engaged here. Solid ankle in the front as well. Shoulder packed. Whoop. Keeping balance. One more. Time's up. That was exercise number 1. We're going to make you work here. I'm going to go no weight. You are more than welcome to hold a weight. I'm going to go into split squat. We are going to go and make sure we tuck our pelvis, making sure we feel the back leg engage. We're going to go down and roughly hold that 40-second. At any point, if you feel too much fatigue or you want to make sure you are in the right form, can always go back up. So we're really going to hold that here. Hip square, not dropping the hip here. Holding, the back leg is fired up. Solid ankle in the front. Pelvis tuck. Keep going. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back up. Same thing, we're going to set ourselves up. Solid foot in the front, straight, good arch. Tuck my pelvis, back leg. I feel the glute fired up. We're going to lower down here, shoulder proud, down. Hold, tuck my pelvis, feeling my glute engage in the back. So you ask, what's the best exercise? This is a glute exercise. This is a lumbopelvic area, a stability area here. Hold it, solid leg in the front, making sure my knee's not diving in. And to make it more challenging, you could hold 1 or 2 weight. Hold it, 10 more seconds. Pelvis tuck, feel your left glute here. Keep going, 2, 1. Whew, hope you're feeling those legs. So we are gonna go, I'm gonna go also no weight for this round. Side lunging, but what I want you to do when you side lunge, it's not this leg bringing you back. It's actually this leg, so this glute pushing you. So here we go, 40-second side lunge. It's this leg pushing me back here. So that's how the work goes. Up. Remember how I mentioned earlier in some exercise, keeping the hip square. Don't let the hip drop. Keep it level. Push. Push. You could also hold a weight. This round I wanted to focus on good form. Push. Good. Push. Good. Now we're going to switch. So always thinking pelvis tuck. As we side lunge, think of also making sure the knee is going the same direction as your toes. We're going to go in 2 and 1. Push. It's this leg pushing me back. Push. Push. So we're going to go again with those 3 exercises. At the end, we're going to add a little extra. Good. Hip square. Looking where's your foot and where's your knee. Pelvis tuck. Feeling this in this hip. About 1 more. 5 more seconds here. There we go. Good. So those were 3 exercises that we are going to go and repeat. We're going to go back to staggered deadlift with the heel against the wall, or it could be a desk or the leg of a couch. If you're home, bring the weight close by. Here we go. Hinge. Push the back heel in the wall or whatever you may have behind you. Keep also pushing in the front leg. Push that heel down as well. Making sure all the legs are doing the work, or the legs are doing the work, all the work, and not the lower back. You should feel that definitely in the hip of the front leg. Keep going here, you guys. I'm feeling this. And we're going to go 1 more round again after, so bring it down. Time's up. Switch. Position yourself, solid foot in the front, solid ankle, good arch. Get ready. We're gonna make sure we keep pelvis neutral. Here we go. Pack those shoulder. Remember that back heel also is pushing. Good. Good. Keep going. I'm feeling that in the front leg. So as I hinge back, keep my neutral pelvis, push the hips back. I don't want to lose my neutral pelvis, so meaning I don't want to arch. I don't want to round the back. Go as far as you feel you are in control. One more. Good. So we are going to go split lunge again. If you would like to hold a weight, you can. I'm going to hold it in the right arm. I could hold even two if I wanted to make it a little more challenging. You bring the right leg back. Get that glute fired up. Tuck the pelvis. Good tall spine. Remember that front foot solid here. Good arch. Feeling my right glute working. Shoulder packed. As I said, you could always hold two weights if you want to challenge a little bit more. Perfectly fine also with no weight. Make sure you feel that glute here. And on the right. Less than 10. Keep it up. Good, good, good. Shoulder pack here. Oh, there we go. Time's up. I'm gonna switch, pack my shoulder, get the left leg back, tuck my pelvis. Get ready, here we go, back. So I should feel my left glute fired up. Perfectly fine, no weight. I sometimes like no weight. Make sure I have good form. Pelvis tuck here, don't forget that. Keep it up. Woo. Probably feeling that in the legs. You can always go a little lower if you feel you can do. About 10 more seconds. Keep going, up, up, up. We want to keep that. 5 more seconds. And back up. Excellent. Side lunge. You can, more than welcome to hold a weight. I will go no weight. Both options are good. I'm going to focus making sure as I side lunge, I push back. So nice and engaged. Here we go. Side lunge, push back. Side lunge, push back. Keep going. Pelvis tucked. Good. Definitely for all of us that are cyclists or runners, good to have some side motion as well. We tend to be very linear. Good. Excellent. Push. Trying to keep the hip square. One more. And back. Now we're going to reset. As I said, if you want, you can hold the weight. We're going to go now opposite side. Get ready. Here we go. Towards the right. So making sure my foot is centered, or my ankle is centered, my foot straight. Good. Excellent. Tuck the pelvis. Good. Hip square. I'm going to get this whole routine one more time. But we'll finish this exercise first. Keep going. Pelvis tucked. There we go. A few more seconds. Then we're going to go back to that staggered foot deadlift. So let's grab the weight. Get ready. I'm going to actually start opposite this time. I always start with the right foot behind. So I'm going to put my right foot next to my weight, left heel against the wall, or whatever you may have. Hinge at the hip. Get my weight up. Making sure I keep my shoulder pack as well. I don't want to round the back. So I make sure both heels are pushing. The back leg is pushing in the wall. Front one is basically fixed on the floor. Keep going. This is our last round. All the way. Should feel that around the hip. One more. Excellent. So we're going to switch position, bring the weight down. Now it's my left foot next to my weight. Right heel is going to push in the wall. Making sure my pelvis is tucked. Get ready. Here we go. Again, a lot of my weight is in the front leg, but I'm still pushing the heel in the wall. Good. Definitely feeling that around the hip here. Keep going. As you stand back up, making sure you don't arch the back. Keep that nice and tight in the front. Keep going. Oh, we've got 2 more. And last one. Time's up. I'm going to go once again, no weight. You can go and get a weight. I'm going to go to that split squat. I'm going to go and I'm going to start with the right leg back. Making sure my pelvis is tucked. That back leg glute is firing. I'm going to lower down. Keep a solid ankle in the front. Hold that 40 seconds. You're more than welcome to hold 1 or 2 weights or hold it in the front. There's multiple ways to do this. I'm going to stay nice and engaged, that back glute firing. Good. Keep going. We've got about 10 more seconds. Keep the hips square, don't let it drop. Really fighting here to keep this. We're almost done. 3, 2, 1. Back up. We're going to switch. I'm going to make sure my foot is straight, stable. My ankle is solid here. Tuck my pelvis. That back glute is fired. And down. Solid ankle here. Here we go. 40 seconds, you guys. We got this. Looking straight ahead, pelvis tucked, hips square. You can hold weights if you want. There's always ways to make it a little more challenging. This is challenging enough just as is. Keep the pelvis tucked. I'm feeling my legs. Keep going, 10 more seconds. Solid ankle in the front. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1, and up. Side lunge. I'm going to go and grab a weight. You are more than welcome to go again, no weight. So, we are going to go to the left first. Get ready, tuck the pelvis. Side lunge, push. Side lunge, push. Nothing has changed, meaning my hips are staying square. I'm not dropping the hip out, keeping that nice and neutral. Good. Keeping the pelvis tucked so I don't feel that in my lower back. Push. We're almost done. Keep going. Last one. Now we're going to go opposite way. If you want no weight, definitely keep the weight off. It's a very good exercise even with no weight. So get ready, shoulder packed, pelvis tucked. Here we go. Right, whoop, to the right, push back, push back. Then we're going to finish with one little single leg exercise here. Then we're done. Good. All the way here. Whew. Keep going, 15 more seconds. A good push. It's the leg that we side lunge to that is pushing us back here to center. Not too far. Good. Last one. Great. Okay, let's finish one per side, single leg exercise. I'm gonna grab the weight on my right arm. I'm gonna pack my shoulder, feet together. Get ready, tuck the pelvis. I'm gonna bring the left leg up. So I'm holding weight on the right, standing on the right leg. We'll finish with one leg balance, solid foot, good arch. Keep it up. Good. Hold it. Like I said, this one we're doing 30-second only. Feel free to repeat if you would like. Hold it and bring it down. We'll switch. Here we go. Standing on the left leg, left arm up, or holding the weight, right leg up. Tuck my pelvis, and roughly 30-second. If you're feeling you're balancing a little too much, just do a few, make it shorter. Bring the foot back down to help you with balance. We're gonna hold that for, 5 more seconds. Keep it up. Great, bring it down. Good job here, good work. If you wanna do this longer, you can always go back, repeat some rounds, or go back even mobility at the front. Go ahead, use this video, and don't be afraid to do it a few times. As always, if you like the video, give us 2 thumbs up. We're happy to hear from you. Email us, drop some comments, tell us what you want us to work on for the next videos. Until then, thumbs up, you did a great workout.